Aja, do they truly believe us gods? Delius asked, looking to Aja with a somewhat confused expression. Well, it's not hard to see, Delius. Compared to us, you kind of are. Your physical strength and durability is beyond anything we've ever encountered. To us, you seem timeless, beyond the reach of time. So ancient that even our oldest cities pale in comparison, both in terms of your power and age. In reference to us, yes, some people have begun to believe you gods, meant to be praised, and have even begun worshipping you. There are actually a number of churches. That is a silly idea. We are not gods. We are merely beings that exist within the cycle of things. Yes, Delius, of course you are, as are we all. It's just your cycle is so very much longer than ours. This and other things have led people to these beliefs. Try not to concern yourself with it. This is just a short little trip to you, and soon enough you'll be back home. So, how about you try performing the test for me again? Let's see if you're doing any better, Aja said, as she looked at the small sphere in Delius's grasp, lying in the center of his palm. Okay, try applying some pressure to the sphere. Just a bit now. Be careful, Aja said, as Delius's fingers slowly began to wrap around the sphere. As they did, the blue line beginning to return. And once again, after the blue line extended nearly all the way across the sphere in but a few moments, the orb itself crushed and compacted into itself, Delius's fingers warping the steel it was made of. Damn. Another failure, Delius said as he began to uncurl his fingers. It's such a delicate balance, moving quickly and yet taking into account the changes in pressure. It is very difficult, but I feel as if the spheres are beginning to last longer. I think it's because I'm getting better. Yes, Delius, you've extended the timeline between the beginning of you adding pressure to the destruction of the sphere by nearly 5 seconds. Yes, but it is not fast enough, Delius said, as he placed the small sphere down on the tray beside of the undestroyed ones. I need to be more responsive, focus harder. I need to be able to interact with your world normally, or I will be no use in conflict. You are aware that conflict isn't the only reason that you're here, right? I mean, you can be more. You could help bridge the gap between our people. For all we know, you'll mean that there won't be a war. You could talk them out of it. There are many people who respect you, even worship you. Your opinion might sway them. It's possible that you won't have to fight, Delius. Yes, but it is best to be prepared. Hopefully, they will listen, Delius replied. But if they do not, I will not stand idly as they destroy my world. My host, Delius said, staring at the sphere in his hand. As the door to the room began to open, in walked an individual not dressed like the others. This man seemed to wear a purple suit adorned with pieces of shiny metal in different shapes and sizes, all seeming neatly arranged. Hello, Is this a bad time? The man asked, looking to Asa and Delius. No. Currently, we're just performing a few simple tests. Who are you? You're not one of the registered scientists. No, I am military vice administrator. I'm here to check on Delius's progress. We've been waiting impatiently for years. We thought there would be some substantial progress once he actually communicated. And we've given you several years since then. How do we stand in terms of his recalibration into our timeline? Already? You can't rush a process like this, Asa said, standing up from her seated position on the bed, next to Delius. He is adjusting to a time frame that is running countless times faster than his own. The amount of mental strain he's under just to communicate with us is enormous. You can't start rushing him. He's not ready for any sort of military confrontation. He can barely hold a conversation. Ma'am, it has been years since this began. Yes, to you, Asa replied, getting upset and starting to walk towards the man. It's been years to you. It's been years to me. To him, it's barely been a few hours. You're asking him to grab hold and master, living in a state of temporal movement that his conscious mind has never even been able to perceive. That is mind-boggling faster than his own. Give him some real time. The progress he's made is staggering. He's progressing faster than he really needs to. Already, he doesn't need you trying to pressure him. Yes, just what I'd expect from a soldier. I don't expect some egghead scientist to understand it, but we fighters don't like to stay still. Forward movement is what assures victory. Ugh, Asa replied, growling at him. What is it with you? Military types. As soon as he can hold a conversation, you want to put a weapon in his hands and send him off to fight. That is what we brought him for. The whole reason we extracted him from the core world. It's what he agreed to. What he planned on from the beginning. Don't act as if I'm forcing it on him. You know as well as I do that no one could force anything on him. In fact, as tight as the security is in this place, if he wanted to leave, we couldn't stop him. Even moving as slow as he's moving, there isn't a single man or woman on this base, regardless of how they arm themselves, who could prevent him from going anywhere. He's here because he chooses to. He's a warrior. He realizes the necessity. So how about you stop arguing and just give me a general time layout? How long will it take him to be ready? Things are escalating. Their construction on the Doomsday device continues unhinged, unhindered in any way. We're pressing closer and closer to military conflict. We need a game changer, something that will unbalance the playing field. He's it. We need to know when he'll be ready for combat, not ready to have a nice chit-chat. I am working on it, Delius replied, looking up towards the man past Asa. Currently, my movement and reflexes are not yet aligned. Perceiving and interacting with you is difficult, and thus fighting would be difficult. What good is my strength if I cannot keep up with you to hit you? A punch only works if it lands. A strike that hits air harms no one. Whether they can stop me or not will not matter if I cannot stop them, Delius said with a serious expression on his face. I am preparing as best I can. I know it may seem slow to you, but please try to be patient, and I would prefer if you did not belittle my friend, Delia said, that serious glare burning holes in the military individual, as for a moment his composure seemed to shake from the expression. Yes, of course. I apologize. I meant no offense. Please keep me briefed on his progress, ma'am. Yes, I'll be sure to do that, Asa said, looking at him angrily, as he turned around and made his exit of the room.